NASCAR legend Kyle Petty delivered the most brutal takedown of Chase Elliott's career on his show, Kiss My Asphalt. The former Cup Series driver held nothing back. He questioned Elliott's status as NASCAR's most popular driver, while the 29-year-old sits winless in 2025. Petty's criticism sent shockwaves through the NASCAR community. Elliott remains fifth in the Cup Series standings despite failing to visit victory lane this season. The disconnect between popularity and performance has reached a breaking point. Petty opened his assault by praising Chase Briscoe's recent victory at Pocono. Briscoe felt internal pressure at Joe Gibbs Racing and responded with his first win of 2025. Denny Hamlin had already won 3 times. Christopher Bell had matched that total. The internal competition pushed Briscoe to excel. Petty said,
Chase Briscoe felt the pressure to win for Joe Gibbs Racing, and he stepped up and got it done. Now remember, Hamlin had already won 3 times, and Bell had already won 3 times. That internal competition makes you better, and it made Chase Briscoe better.
Then came the devastating pivot.
So what's going on with Chase Elliott?
The question hung in the air like a challenge. Petty wasn't finished. He pointed to Elliott's teammates at Hendrick Motorsports. Kyle Larson has won 3 races in 2025. William Byron captured 1 victory and dominated at Darlington. Byron showed strength at Nashville.
I mean, if we say internal competition, Larson's won 3, Byron's won 1, dominant at Darlington, was strong at Nashville.
Petty dropped the hammer with numbers that cannot be argued. Since 2023, Chase Elliott has won exactly 1 race, 1 single victory across multiple seasons for NASCAR's most popular driver.
Is Chase stepping up? Since 2023, Chase Elliott has won only 1 race. 1 race, people. I know you've got all the T-shirts. I know you've got all the hats. I know he's Mr. Most Popular. But how can our most popular driver not win races and not even be the best driver in the team he drives for?
Elliott's last Cup Series victory came at Texas. That win feels like ancient history. Meanwhile, his Hendrick teammates continue collecting trophies. Larson leads the charge with 3 wins. Byron adds consistency with 1 victory and multiple strong showings. The irony cuts deep. Elliott carries the most popular driver award for 7 consecutive seasons. Fans purchase his merchandise in massive quantities. His T-shirts and hats flood NASCAR events across the country, yet wins remain elusive. Elliott sits 199 points above the playoff cut line. 9 top 10 finishes through 17 races show consistency. His average finish of 10.8 ranks best in the field. But Petty argues consistency means nothing without victories. Petty referenced the movie As Good As It Gets to question Elliott's ceiling. The comparison stung. Has Elliott already peaked? Did his 2020 championship represent his career highlight?
Yeah, I know he's got a championship and he's won a bunch of races. There was a movie one time called As Good As It Gets. Is this as good as it gets? Have we already seen the best of Chase Elliott?
The question strikes at Elliott's core identity. Championship drivers are expected to win multiple times per season. Elliott won his title in 2020. Since then, wins have become increasingly rare. The drought extends beyond statistics into perception. Petty acknowledged Elliott's past success. 7 career road course victories established his reputation. The Road Course King label stuck for years, but recent results tell a different story. Petty destroyed Elliott's road course reputation with surgical precision. Elliott hasn't won a road course since 2021, 4 years without a victory on his specialty tracks.
I know the road courses are coming up, and he is the road course king. But wait a minute, he's not won a road course since 2021. So you guys are pinning your hopes on the past. Listen, Richard Petty won a bunch of road courses too, but he's not going to win one this year. I can tell you that right now.
The comparison to Richard Petty delivered maximum impact. Past accomplishments cannot compensate for current struggles. Elliott's 7 road course wins happened in a different era of his career. Chicago, Sonoma, and Watkins Glen approach on the schedule. These tracks historically favored Elliott. Fans expect breakthroughs at road courses, but expectations based on 2021 performance ignore current reality. Elliott led only 95 laps through 17 races in 2025. Alex Bowman led 125 laps despite fewer wins. The leadership deficit reveals Elliott's inability to control races. Dominant drivers dictate pace and strategy. Elliott follows rather than leads. Petty painted a stark contrast between two drivers named Chase. Chase Briscoe represents ascension. Chase Elliott represents stagnation. Briscoe faced pressure at Joe Gibbs Racing. Hamlin and Bell had already secured playoff spots with 3 wins each. Briscoe needed a victory to match his teammates. He delivered at Pocono with a calculated fuel-saving drive.
When we look at this, my point is this. We have one ascending Chase, Chase Briscoe, and we have one Chase that's just kind of here. And is that good enough?
Elliott finished 5th at Pocono after starting 18th. He worked through handling problems in practice. Stage points came in all 3 segments. The result marked his 9th top 10 of 2025 and first consecutive top 5 streak since last fall. But 5th place doesn't win championships. Briscoe's victory locked him into the playoffs. Elliott's consistency keeps him above the cut line without guaranteeing anything. 11 race winners already exist in 2025. Only 5 playoff spots remain open. Petty questioned whether Elliott's current level satisfies stakeholders.
Is that good enough for our expectations, for the fans' expectations? Is that good enough for the Hendrick organization? Is that good enough for the sponsors? If it is, more power to you.
NASCAR imposed harsh penalties on Hendrick Motorsports' number. 17 Xfinity Series team following Elliott's 4th place finish at Pocono. The sanctions revealed another layer of Elliott's struggles. Officials found violations of Section 14.3, .3.2, .1.1 K and L regarding mainframe rail conical receivers. The infringement triggered multiple penalties. NASCAR fined the team $40,000. 40 owner points disappeared from the team's total. 10 NASCAR playoff owner points vanished as well. Crew chief Adam Wall received a 3-race suspension from Xfinity Series events. The penalty extends through the July 12th race at Sonoma Raceway. Elliott drives the number, 17-car part-time along with other Hendrick Cup Series drivers. The car dropped from 16th to 20th in owner points after the penalty. Points fell from 365 to 325. The number 17 car competes sporadically, entering 10 of 16 races so far this season. Kyle Larson and William Byron scored the car's 2 victories in 2025. Elliott's 4th place finish at Pocono represents his best result in the number 17. Even in the Xfinity Series, wins elude Elliott while his teammates find victory lane. Elliott's struggles extended to Atlanta Motor Speedway during the Ambetter Health 400. Running 10th on lap 150 of 260, Elliott got caught in a multi-car incident that destroyed his chances. Ryan Blaney moved from the high side to the middle of the track. The maneuver cut off Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and forced Stenhouse to check up. Stenhouse contacted Elliott, sending the number 9 Chevrolet into the outside wall. Elliott's car sustained significant damage. He limped down the front stretch before spinning out. The damaged car clipped Corey LaJoie and spun into Brad Keselowski. The crash eliminated any chance for a strong finish at Elliott's home track. Brad Keselowski understood the sequence after viewing replays. "Yeah, that makes sense," Keselowski said after seeing the crash footage. Elliott hails from Dawsonville, Georgia. He remains the only NASCAR Cup Series driver from Georgia. Atlanta represents his home track advantage. The crash prevented Elliott from capitalizing on familiar territory.